Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, guys. This is going to be my Elliot Wave Count for pound yen, pound dollar, gold, as well as euros USD. But first of all, any views, opinions, or suggestions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here on pound euro. I did mention last week that we're going to start to see some sort of upside coming in, as well as a continuation to the downside, and we basically got that. So overall, we did make some money from last week's video. And what we're seeing now for the week ahead, so we are getting this sort of impulse move coming towards the upside. However, it did fail to reach the highs, and we start to see some sort of move down. And this could basically mean a few things. So this could basically mean a continuation of this correction pattern right here. So you might get something like that into like a little flat or something like that, which is perfectly fine. Before we then continue going towards the upside, or from where we are right now, we could actually start to see the move actually begin to move even more towards the upside. However, just by looking at this, we have a move quite impulsively towards the upside. Um, and what we could eventually start to see is either this to be a 1 2 3 right here. We could then get a nice A, B, and a C into a correction, would give us another 1 2 3, and then we could then look for another nicer entry once that's been taken out towards the upside. So we could start to see some more downside on the TDI as well. It is quite overbought, so we could start to see a bit more downside coming in, maybe taking out these lows before we see some sort of continuation towards the upside. So in terms of long term, we are still bullish. However, short term, since this high has been sort of failed to hit, or says failed to be taken out, is fall just shy of that. This could basically give us a nice regular flat pattern towards the downside, and in which that will basically give us a 1 2 3, a 1 2 3, and then we then continue towards the upside. Short term bearish, long term bullish. So let's go on to here on pound yen. So pound yen was moving quite nicely, as I mentioned last week. We decided to get some sort of a flat pattern or expanded flat, possibly. We could still be in that expanded flat, whether wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. This could simply be a wave 4 right here, and then we can just get them move one more down towards downside before we get some sort of move coming back up towards the upside, and that will give us a fifth and final leg. So overall, with this pair, we'll keep it short and simple. Bearish, maybe taking out these lows, and then we eventually get a bit more bullishness coming back in to give us our fifth and final leg of this overall wave 3 structure. And then we'll start to get the wave 4, the wave 5, which will then complete the wave 3 in the higher degree. Then we'll get a deeper correction coming in for a wave 4, then one more push up to the wave 5, and then we're basically going to be moving towards the downside after this whole pattern completes. So once this completes, we'll get three wave push back down, move back up again, a deeper correction for that wave 4, one more push up, and then we can eventually shoot down, something like that roughly. But nevertheless, short term bearish, but still we're very bullish in the long term. Okay. Gold. So gold had moving quite impulsively to the downside. We did get some sort of move towards the upside. However, in terms of the higher time frame, it failed to sort of break these highs. It's kind of rejected and it started to move down. So we could possibly see a move where it creates a sort of pattern like this. So you have a wave 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and then we can just get this to come down to eventually take these lows. To then eventually give us that move towards the upside that we were looking for. However, at the same time, this could basically mean since we did sort of move in three ways, so we moved in three ways right here. We have a one, two, three, and this moving wave. So 1 2 3. So A, B, C. This could be a wave A or a W, A, B, C into an X, and we could get that sort of move down into a wave Y to complete the wave 4 right here in an impulsive manner, and that basically means that the wave 4 was still extended, and we could eventually get some sort of move coming here, maybe a running flat to then finish just shy below here before we then start to see a move towards the upside. That is obviously a different scenario. However, I am still very bullish with this pair. I don't think the best thing to do is wait for the sells. Bulls are just the bullishness, the bullish momentum that's in this market is probably definitely the way to go. So we could start to see a bit more sort of a corrective move towards the downside, giving us that 1, 2, 3 to then eventually continue pushing towards the upside. Short term bearish, long term bullish. So yeah, just stick with the buys, forget the sells, it ain't worth it. Pound dollar. So pound dollar moved very nicely in our favor. I did take a trade right here, which was very nice. And then we did get that one, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Is this wave 5 completed? And we've got the wave 3 in here. Well, that could also be a possibility. And we could start to essentially get that sort of deeper wave 4 correction starting right now. To then eventually, obviously our validation from here would also be around here. So we could get a wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 3 has been completed. Are we now going to start that sort of deeper wave 4 correction to come back down before we then get a more continuation to the upside? That's also a possibility. Another possibility is that we could start to see this market essentially giving us a move like this. So we have a WXYZ here until wave A. We have a 1, 2, 3. So this could be a expanded flat right here. Oops. There we go. This could be an expanded flat right here. So we could have an extended wave 4. And then that will give us one more push up to the upside here to give us our fifth wave, completing the third wave before we then eventually get that deeper fourth wave corrective structure to eventually come in. So just keep an eye out. Our invalidation right now is still at this level right here. Um, so we could still be in that wave 4, just depending on how this finishes. If this moves in a nice impulsive move a fashion towards the downside, the market did come towards like the 50%, oh sorry, the 38%, as you can see, and it rejected it nicely. We had a strong move to the upside, which is kind of what we're looking for wave 4. So I am also under the assumption that this wave 3, this wave 5 could possibly be completed, and the wave 3 has been completed, and we've now kind of started that fourth wave, bearish wave, that sort of longer decline towards the downside, following the same suit as EURUSD, which is, looks like it's creating us a nice regular flat pattern towards the downside before we then get a continuation towards the upside. Short term on this pair, I would say the bears have it. Long term, we are still bullish. Wait, I would say the best course of action is to wait for this to kind of like clear up, and if it then gives you the buys to the outside, well, I'm gonna be taking that myself. But nevertheless, I hope you guys do like my analysis. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do have a Patreon for all those people that are interested in mentorship. You guys have access to my private Discord. The first 30 people to join will get mentorship for life. And yeah, I hope you guys like my video. Take care. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.